Very good evening and welcome to Navy Sports Club grounds here in Welisara. It's a beautiful site here in Welisara inside the Navy base camp. As always, we are welcome here into the Dialog Rugby League 2019-2020 season. It's going to be a big game because it's a big team that has traveled down from the hills today. An unbeaten team this season, that's Kandy Sports Club, who will be taking on Navy Sports Club, who are in 6th place. Had not had a decent run this year, but we want to topple the table today and challenge the unbeaten league toppers so far in this tournament. Kandy Sports Club traveling down to take on Navy, and joining me on the commentary box for this evening is Sudarshana Piris. Good evening, Sudarshana.
Good evening, Dinakar. Good evening to all our viewers joining us for this amazing game. Like you said, yes, it's a big clash here. Yes, Navy is currently in the 6th position in the table, but in the recent games, recent couple of games, they've shown signs of coming back to where they belong, right at the top. Navy, a team that has won the league, will want to make sure that they are in the offing when it comes to the latter part of the season, and also with the super round in the offing. I think they'll want to finish at the top 4 and try and qualify for that super round and make sure that their season runs on a little longer. Weather today is 29 degrees. It surely does feel little more higher than that. Quite humid conditions here at the Welisara Navy grounds, but luckily for the teams and also the spectators who gathered around, a slight cloud cover has come on top of the grounds, which is ideal, and there is a slight breeze blowing across the ground as well. So hopefully we will have good conditions for a game of running rugby.
Yeah, that's what we'll all expect for. And Navy Sports Club, that game against Police couple of weeks before was a cracking game that they put up a brilliant showdown at Police Park. They will want to repeat that performance here at their home grounds in Welisara. That's what they'll be looking at today against the Kandy team, which is well oiled, and they look solid in all departments. Still missing their skipper Nigel Rathwate at 10. But they are still a threat for most teams. So much depth in the squad, isn't it?
Interesting when you say a Kandy team is missing the skipper at the number 10 position. Number 10, as we all know, is a very pivotal position when it comes to rugby. But with the quality of Tarinder Rathwate, not many a times have we missed Nigel Rathwate, isn't it? It's the quality that Kandy possesses when it comes to their depth, amazing depth, especially with the likes of Dilush Kadange and also Buddhima Pieratna, who's been a real revelation and a super signing for Kandy Sports Club, powering the line as well. So it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be a good battle between these two teams. I'll put my money on the back line of Kandy and also the forwards of Navy Sports Club battling it out today.
Yeah, there you go. A battle between the Kandy backs and the Navy forwards is what we are looking at. But to see all those and for kickoff in about 20 minutes time, we'll be back after a short commercial break. Teams are still warming up here at the Welisara Stadium, and we'll have the starting 15 and also to talk too much about how this game will pan out today. We'll see you after the commercial break.
වෙඩින් එකට තාම හොටෙල් එකවත් බුක් කරලා නැහැනේ.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම් සුදු.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
සිලන් පර්සනල් ලෝන් කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
The Six Nations, where emotion flows, pride bursts, and talent soars.
Wow, absolute wow.
Watch Six Nations on Rugby Pass TV.
A tradition that dates back over a century. Chaos that captures your heart and soul. An extravaganza you cannot miss. A new decade of familiar madness. March Madness 2020. Exclusive coverage on ThePapare.com.
අපි කමිටුවක් පත් කරනවා. ඒ කමිටුවේ ප්‍රතිඵල ඔබතුමාලාට ළඟදිම ලැබෙන්න සලස්වනවා. තා මොනවාරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද?
රුපියල් 5කින් මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන්?
There is nothing quite like the Six Nations, where emotion flows, pride bursts, and talent soars.
Wow, absolute wow.
Get caught up in the tournament that stops the nations.
You cannot take your eyes off this game for a moment. It's a fairy tale finish.
Watch Six Nations on Rugby Pass TV.
රුපියල් 5කින් මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන්?
5කින්
Welcome back as both teams are just winding up their warm-ups. We are running to another week. Sudarshana, again, just talking about Navy Sports Club. We spoke of that 10 important position at 10 for Kandy. They have depth, but just the quality of Isuru Kongavat, he has stepped up another level, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I think he has been one of the better players for Navy Sports Club. Konga Hawat has taken the opportunity from both hands, and he's been one of those players who has successfully pulled the strings for Navy Sports Club, really taking the game to all the oppositions. And even last week we saw against Police Sports Club, Konga Hawat was instrumental in many of the successes Navy had in that game. So I think that's going to be very important. And here we have last week's results, and these, when you take a look at these results, Kandy's dominance is clearly shown, but Army did trouble them. So the style of play that Kandy Sports Club has, it is actually taking a toll on some of their players. So you can clearly see it. So Navy Sports Club will really look to make sure that they go the distance in their home turf, because Welisara is always a very difficult place to travel.
Yeah, exactly. Just running through last week's results, Sia beat Air Force 53 points to 15, something that they really want this season to stamp some authority within that group of players. Police 34-28 coming back to winning ways after going down to Navy in the previous week, and then Navy going down to CH by 1 point, and Army troubling Kandy here at Welisara, the same grounds, 36 points to 26, how that finished with Kandy scoring 6 tries. This is how the points table pan out so far. 10 out of 10 for Kandy Sports Club, 58 points in total. They have managed to get 8 bonus points, so that's how good they are at the moment. Police have cemented their position in second place with 11 games played, 7 won with 48, a distance of 10, which is a tough catch for Police coming into the second round. Sia in third, Havelocks in fourth. Then we have Army, Navy, the game that will be played today, where they stand at 6th place with 23 points, and then CH at 7, and Air Force just recording 1 win.
I think looking at that points table, Navy and CH would be the most disappointed teams. I mean, much was expected from them at the start of the tournament, especially given the fact that looking at CH and FC, they have so much of talent in their ranks, and also Navy Sports Club getting the national coach, employing him, they would have expected to be a little more higher in the points table. They still have an opportunity, a couple of more games left. If they can come back to winning ways, they will be able to try and finish on a higher note. But Kandy, like you mentioned, 10 out of 10 games, they've been absolutely perfect, isn't it? Except for that one game that they look like they would slip up in Nithawala against Police Sports Club. Since then, they've really changed on to a different gear.
Yeah, exactly. That's how much class that's how much class this boy on your screen has done. Into Dilshan has a try scorer with 12 in the Dialog Club Rugby League season so far. And the highest point scorer will be that man who will be wearing 12 today in white, Tarinder Ratwata with 84. He has just stepped up another notch, isn't it?
Oh, he has, but a small correction on what I mentioned earlier. It was actually Navy Sports Club who was the boogie team. 16-17 was the scoreline in the first round. So Navy will take a lot of confidence from that as we speak on it. This is what happened in the first round. Navy Sports Club putting in a real good performance, and Navy have been known to play well when they travel up to Nithawal. It's something that they relish, and Kandy was really troubled. Kavindu Pereira scoring his first try for Kandy Sports Club, scoring the opening try of the Dialog Club Rugby League that time. It was beautiful work from Pereira, who will not take part in the game today due to an injury. And Tarinder Ratwat has been such an awesome player for Kandy since signing up for his hometown club, and has really filled in those big boots of Gayan Veeraratne in the centre position. At end of the first half, Kandy looked like they were leading comfortably, and many would have expected Kandy Sports Club to run away in the second half like they normally do. But come the 64th minute, that was when Navy first scored, and from there on, here they really did started believing that they can go the distance. They will be able to try and get the better of Kandy, but time ran out. 16 points to 14. One of the matches, Kandy did not manage to secure a bonus point, but I'm sure Navy team would think about that, and they'd talk to themselves and they'll say Kandy is beatable. We were just short of 2 points.
Yeah, exactly. A 3-pointer would have turned the tables around on that day, and that's how good that Navy team is. If on their day, if they can get their act together, if the passes stick, they're just so nice to watch in terms of patterns, these two teams have notched the best in the season so far. Just that Kandy has been doing everything right, whereas Navy have not got the right side of the coin in terms of luck. This is how the Navy lineup will look today. Nimesh Ekanayaka, who will play in that front row, has been playing 80 minutes this season. Most of the games. Mahesh Madhushanka Deshan Vimukti. Avishka Gaishan, Ravin De Silva comes in to start. Adisha Veeratunga has been a fantastic player for Navy this season. Nirosh Pereira and Radisha Seneviratna has been turning over balls since I known him in the club circuit. Then we have Seru Tavalati for Navy at scrum half. Isuru Kongawat at 10. Mushin Falil and Tanuja Malimbada. Experience there of Mushin Falil had a cracking game up against Police. And then we have Supun Dilshan and Tanuja Malimbada at the wings, along with Chatura Sen Viratna and Samit Dhananjay have been moved to 15. Replacements: Charit Stefan, Supun Sachinka, Amit Gihan, Richie Damapala, the skipper, dropping out, and then Gayan to complete the 22.
Very interesting change, bringing on Sevu onto that number 9 position. So they are clearly coming in with a plan, maybe to try and unsettle Roshan Veeraratne. Not many have been very successful at doing that. Maybe they are trying to hit them there and then make sure that they put pressure on the Kandy backs.
This is the Kandy Sports Club lineup. Ganuka Disanayaka, Damit Disanayaka and Lasita Attanagoda. They have been consistent in that front row throughout this season. Soiru Anthony and Shehan Patirana will start off in the centres. Tarindu Chaturanga, Jason Disanayaka and Bhuwana Kodangam, arguably the best third row in the season so far. Then we have the experience of Roshan Veeraratne and Srinath Suryabandar at 9 and 10. Buddhima Piratna and Dinushka Dange will play in the wings, and arguably the best player in the country, Tarinda Ratwat at 12 and Lavanga Pereira on his side at 13, and Danush Dayan, the Sri Lanka 7 skipper, playing at 15 for Kandy Sports Club. Then we have Charles Yakubali, Heshan Kalhara, Chamika Pereira, Ashan Heshan and Oshan, along with Mohammad Shabir at the wing, at the bench for Kandy Sports Club. What a lineup.
What a terrific lineup, isn't it? You talk about the depth in the squads, and this Kandy team has really gathered up some amazing talent, and what's awesome to see, case whenever the bench is called on to play, they deliver. They know exactly what they want to do, and it's a one-to-one replacements when it comes to the replacement players. But Navy Sports Club, don't discount them, because the likes of Chatura Seneviratne, he really likes to ruffle the feathers. He knows how important it is, and both these teams, I'm sure, will deliver us a match to remember.
Yeah, that's what we are all looking forward to today. It's going to be a cracking encounter for sure. And just talking about these key players in this game in both teams, if you pick one each, how good has been Tarinda Ratwat this season? He has just improved another notch. We all knew that he can play at 12, and that is why what Kandy wanted 12 like that. But he has just proved to be the best in the country.
And I think it comes down to the quality that he has around him as well. It has really magnified his talent. At CRNFC, we saw glimpses of what Tarinda can be. Now Tarinda is showing what he is. So I think the combinations around him has really complemented Tarinda well. And he's one of those players every coach would love to have in your team. He can kick. His field kicking is good, his place kicking is brilliant, and also he's one of those players who love and enjoy creating gaps for the others, and also he's also a good finisher as well. So he's been absolutely terrific. And on Navy's side, like you earlier mentioned, Isru Kongahawatta has been that flag bearer for Navy. I'm expecting a very big performance from Kongahawatta, and if he can deliver that, and also the likes of Adisha Veeratunga, who is a very experienced campaigner. He's played all his club rugby at Navy Sports Club, so he has a belonging to the team. So if they can turn up to the party, I think it's going to be a very interesting clash.
Yeah, how good. We just spoke of Tarinda, and his defense is so good. He's coming up against Mushin Falil, an old dog. He's a cunning man. He will know how to take up that 12. He's a solid player, very good hard runner. Again, a good player in terms of creating space for his outside backs. Mushin Falil, he knows how to do the big stuff in a game like this.
Oh, absolute workhorse, isn't it? Mushin Falil, those are the kind of players that you want to have in the center spots, who can really do the dirty and the hard work for you. And Mushin Falil has been one of those players for Navy Sports Club, and Navy will be expecting a big performance from him. And also, like you mentioned, Radisha Seneviratne, who likes to ruffle the feathers when it comes to the rucks, who likes to disrupt the rucks, might unsettle Kandy a little, because they're used to that set kind of play. They are not very happy when the opposition sticks their fingers in the patterns and formations. But what Navy needs to be careful of is kicking to Kandy. But if they aimlessly kick to Kandy in count and in broken play, Kandy is absolutely deadly.
So all right, all our 2 cents have been put out, and it's up to these 30 on the park. We have referee Priyantha Gunaratne, assisted by Dilum Deshan and Jeffrey Sahid in today's game. Damit Disanayaka will lead for Kandy Sports Club in the absence of Nigel Ratwate. And Kandy will kick off from left to right in white. In their traditional jersey in blue will be Navy Sports Club from right to left. Tarinder Ratwata has taken off kick-off duties as well, as in the absence of deep kick inside the 22 taken by Isuru Kongahavatta, and he kicks straight into Buanaka Udangamua, who knocks the ball forward first up. Very uncharacteristic by the big man at number 8 for Kandy Sports Club. But we spoke of kicking. Kongahavatta just put that straight into Buanakudangamu early on and putting some pressure.
That will be a big positive for the Navy team. I'm sure a couple of words will be said here at the scrum as well of Buanika's miss there. Very uncharacteristic of Bua, who is normally very safe under the high ball.
Yes, Seru. Inside ball to Radisha Seneviratne, who steps off one, bumps off another and goes into contact. Radisha. Seru off to Kongahavatta. Kongahavatta running into the line, taking the ball straight away. De Silva gives it out wide to Mushin Falil, who goes into contact. Seru once again for their big prop forward. Deshan Vimukti going into contact. Seru looking for options on the outside. Has Veeratunga going into contact. Now the ball pops off. At the back is Chatura Seneviratne playing against his team. He all started club rugby. Here is Ravin De Silva, who also came off Kandy Sports Club. Lovely inside ball this time by Seru off to Samit Dhananjaya. So almost all of them touching and looking for work. Navy Sports Club pick and drive in centre field. Deshan Vimukti once again taking the ball forward, holding up its Attanagoda, but had to release. Now the ball comes out to it to Kongahavatta. Off to Chatura Seneviratne. Lovely pick up there by Seneviratne on the 22-meter mark here. Radisha acting as the scrum up. Isuru comes to help. Here's Seru. Long pass out at the back for Mushin Falil. Falil looking for options and cutting back in is Tanuja Malimbada. Now the ball comes out once again. Goes to Mahesh Madhushank, who's taking the ball into contact. Referee playing advantage, trying to step and run and looking for work around the ruck is Supun Dilshan. Here is Seru. Now looking for a drop kick is Isuru Kongahavatta. Hits the crossbar and comes into Lavanga Pereira. There was advantage coming Oh, what a start for this game. And Kongawata just shows his distance almost on the 40-meter mark in an angle.
Oh, absolutely terrific stuff. Super start by Navy Sports Club. You can see the confidence in them. And Konga Hawata, he's been a very confident man. He's been a terrific player. And I think that was the right option there. You know, we've seen time and time again, whenever advantage is presented, teams aimlessly kicking it away. But Konga Hawata this time, it was a very good option for him to take. Unlucky for him, it hit the crossbar, but luckily Lavanga Pereira collected it. But the Navy line was charging onto that ball as well. So Navy here with an opportunity to try and put 3 points on board.
And another good thing, Sudarshan, that we saw in these first 4 minutes is the wingers and the fullback looking for work around that ruck. That's going to create a lot of disturbance for that Kandy defensive pattern because they're running around at pace and just doing their pick and goes. So that gives a lot of space on the outside for the big men to break through the defense as well. So good pattern so far shown by Navy. They need to continue this game as Kongawata strikes this beautifully this time. In between the post, it goes to put 3 points on the board in front.
Good start for Navy. This is what they need to do. They need to try and return with points every time they come to the red zone of Kandy Sports Club. Kandy, on the other hand, will want to make sure that they keep a tight lead on Navy's attacking.
Ratwate once again, this time puts a high hanging kick on the 40-meter mark itself, on the 22-meter mark rather, and trying to pin Navy back inside their own half. Here is Seru, now gives it to Kongawata once again. He looks up, sees Buanaka at the back, and this time Buanaka juggles but takes it cleanly and will run straight into contact, and a good tackle by the Navy number 6, that's Adisha Veeratunga. He has been very good this season so far. Here's Tarindu Chaturanga now with the ball, going into contact on the 40-meter mark, center field for Kandy Sports Club. Veeraratna off to Surya Bandara. Tarinda Ratwata throws this out wide to Buddhima Piyaratna, who cuts back in with his dancing feet again up against his old club. Brings back play on the 50-meter mark. Attana got a big hit on him. Navy has come on with some attitude today, and that's man Adisha Veeratunga once again puts a big one. And now Ratwate sees no go forward momentum and puts the kick behind, and standing back for that is Samit Dhananjaya, who gives it inside, and Navy trying to counter attack from their own 22. Here is Seru off to the big man in center field. Deshan, penalty this time for holding on, and looks like it's Shehan Patirana who has come up with that turnover, and not the first time he has done that, Sudarshana.
Yes, Shehan Patirana, great technique shown, supporting his own body weight right on top of the ball. But Buddhima Piyaratna returning to the grounds that he called home for many, many years. It's the first time he's visiting these grounds in a different jersey. We'll have plenty memories. But Navy Sports Club need to be very careful about their discipline, because in Tarinda Ratwate, Kandy Sports Club has a kicker who can really earn yards for you when it comes to field kicking, touch kicking, and also he's very good at place kicking as well. So Navy needs to be very careful about their discipline inside their own half, because Kandy will look to try and make them play if they are indisciplined.
Shehan Patirana gets that line out, and Kandy straight away set up their rolling maul, and good go forward there this time. Damit Disanayaka at the back with the ball. Kandy still pushing forward. In fact, Radhisha Seneviratna has come out with that ball. He's that kind of a man, isn't it? We spoke of how disruptive he can be. Here he is. Now Navy trying to run from their 22. Chatura Seneviratna trying to come out. Pushes one. Seneviratna. Does he have the pace to go all the way? Now puts the kick behind. The chase is on. It's a foot race here. Samit Dhananjaya against Buddhima Piyaratna. Piyaratna finally scrapping back. Now he will try to run from his 22. And setting up is Buddhima Piyaratna. Chatura Seniviratne has got this ball out. Opportunity for Navy and a knock forward by Adisha Veeratunga. Offside called for Navy. Seru taking this quickly, gives it out wide to Adisha Veeratunga, who missed the ball but puts the miracle pass into the 5-meter mark. Opportunity here, overlap. Kongawata cutting back. Kongawata stepping. Kongawata scores. What a try!
Oh, what a terrific try. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Coast to coast. They started in their own half and comes to this end. Absolutely brilliant try. Everybody in the team contributing to that try, and Chatura Seniviratne, what a young player he's been. He chased his own ball, managed to get the turnover, threw in the pass, and absolutely terrific stuff. And this is definitely making that try of the week real, Dinuk, and I'll be very surprised if this is not one of those tries that will go in the best tries of the season. Take a look at this. Chatura Seniviratne putting in the kick for Samit to chase. Buddhimapiyara initially did very well, but coming back and take a look at this tackle. Hit on him. Gets back on his feet, supports his body weight, rips the ball off. And the continuity from here, very unfortunate for Adisha. He lost out, but Seru doing very well, absolutely well, to make sure that he takes the quick tap, and 2 more points added. Kandy hasn't been in this position too many times this season, and after only 10 minutes in this game, they are now trailing. Now this is what happened. Quick tap taken by Seru, sensing that Kandy is unorganized. Adisha Veeratunga, terrific pass, absolutely brilliant pass. Really did. Take a look at Kongawata. He was held up, but oh, what a beauty, what a beauty.
Sudarshana, there's one man we forgot. That's Adisha Seniviratne, who ripped the ball off that maul there. And this gutsy call by Kongawata to run the ball inside the 22. That's just class from Navy. And now Kandy have tapped this ball back. Here's Roshan now, wants to do something for this team to get it right. Now this is another man who can spring something. Srinath Surya Bandara. Srinath Surya Bandara goes under the post. What a reply and what a show by this star of Kandy Sports Club.
How about that for a reply from Kandy Sports Club? And this is how they can break your spirit, you know. This is what they keep doing. Right after Navy Sports Club score a brilliant try, Srinath Surya Bandara says, get out of my way, mate. And dancing feet. Take a look at this. Tap back. Roshan Veeraratne, long cutout pass to Surya Bandara. Goes through 2 men. And when he's on that run, you know he's going to go all the way. Navy Sports Club knew straight away, and absolutely terrific reply from Kandy Sports Club. This is what we expected. This is what the spectators are paying for. Some good running rugby, and these 2 teams are here to entertain.
Yeah, one of the best, and this is why it's so good in the Dialog Club Rugby League. 2 cracking tries. Tarindaratwata converts and puts Kandy on the board with 7 points. But Srinath Surya Bandara just stepped off the Navy defense and just sliced through it. Just 11 minutes on the clock. Man, have we seen some action so far. These boys will take a lot to play at this pace for 80.
Navy still in the lead. Need to make sure that they put as much pressure as they can, but it's difficult to do when you have a man like his Shahan Patirana collecting that ball. Very safe. But yet again, be guilty of indiscipline inside that ruck. That was number 26 for Navy, who was called for not rolling away. Nirosh Pereira.
Tarindaratwata want to clear, and a good clearance as well by Tarindaratwata. A good 50-meter kick there, and they just want to get their momentum going. Kandy Sports Club. Navy just started brilliantly, and then that individual performance by Suri will have put some doubts in Navy. Kandy are clearly looking for something interesting. Roshan Veeraratne staying right back, and a good take there by Shayan Patirana, and a good sack by Navy as well. Now Buena Kodangamo taking the ball inside the 22. Roshan Veeraratne looking for options. Picking and driving is Jason Disanayaka. Here's Soiru Anthony going into contact. Veeraratne trying to play this at pace. Here's Ratwata. Overlap now. Opportunity. Dange showing and going. Bumps off couple of tackles and bounces into touch as well. Dilusha Dange. But now Kandy showing some promise and settling off nicely. Navy have to get through this phase, Sudarshana.
This is when Kandy is really dangerous. Take a look at this. Dange had the option of giving it to Dayan, but even if he had given it out, it would have cramped up the two players, Danush Dayan and also ThePapare was on the outside. So good option to take, Dange, but equally well defended by Navy Sports Club, who managed to cover them well. Now Navy need to make sure that they get out of jail from here. Defensive line out in their own 5 meters. They need to be very careful of Shahan Patirana, who can really be a disruption here. And also in Jason Disanayaka, Kandy have another jumper who will be trying to put pressure at the back. Kandy opts to not contest that interesting call by the Kandy forwards as Navy Sports Club settle up.
Seru gives the ball to Mushin Falil, who sets it up. Here's Kongavatta now looking for a crossfield kick. Danusha Dayan, ball bounces against his run. Now he will come back right into the middle, offloading it back to Buddhima Piratna. Piratna now good offload straight into Kongavatta's hands. Now opportunity for Navy. Off to Falil. Falil throwing this out wide, and Lema couldn't get the ball right into hand. Good try to intercept there, going with both hands.
Very lucky Navy that time. Falil's pass was not ideal. But yet again, a great work ethic by Chaturasani Veeraratne. He was on back-to-back tackles, and Navy can consider themselves very lucky to not have conceded a try, because that man was charging onto that ball with pace. But I like what I see from Navy Sports Club. They know that they are playing with a lot of heart and confidence. So what they need to do is try and be the team that scores next. If they can score next, that will give them a world of confidence, and they will be able to try and challenge Kandy here.
Exactly what they will be looking for. At the back is Radhisha Senaviratna going into the far side, and a lovely ball to Samit Dhananjay going into contact. Here is Seru looking for opportunities. Kandy slowing the ball down. Deshan was carried a lot of ball today. Kongavatta to Falil. Good tackle by Dilusha Dange, cutting back in. And penalty. Not rolling away.
Not rolling away was the call, but I think Dange that time was a little hard done by. A very good tackle by Dange, marking Adisha Veeratunga. Adisha Veeratunga is doing a lot of work. Take a look at that great tackle, but yes, Dange should have done a little more to try and get away from there. A little bit of a little mishap there to Danush Dayan, and it's not taken kindly by the Navy support. Navy now with a real good chance. They need to make sure that they get this line out right, because their back line, although we've tipped their forwards to do a lot of work, their back line is looking terrific today. They're looking for work, they're looking for options. Great sack, absolutely terrific sack there, forcing the ball carrier to knock it on. And here's Chaturanga.
Breaks through Tanindu Chaturanga, looks for an opportunity. Jason Disanayaka comes in. This man has plenty of pace because he's playing in the sevens for Sri Lanka. Oh, what a try again by Kandy Sports Club from the 22. Lasita Attanagoda just standing up after ripping the ball. He's still inside the 22. Kandy have scored on the other side. Oh, what a try. Two individual performance, slipping through the defense like hot knife through butter there. Tarindu Chaturanga, so much class. And look whose support ran him this. Number 7 at the back, Jason Disanayaka. This is the replay, Sudarshana.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. So it all started here with Ganako Disanayaka's absolutely brilliant technique of sacking. And then Attanagoda securing the ball. Take a look at Chaturanga. Great explosive pace. And look at the two third rowers running in support. As soon as Jason Disanayaka got the ball, they knew that's going to be a try. Nobody bothered running, supporting in the supporting lines. Surya Bandara showing Disanayaka that he needs to go under the post. Disanayaka said, okay, mate, I'm doing all the hard work. I'm sure Tarinda can work a little and try and convert this one. But these are the kind of tries that really break the spirit of a team. Navy Sports Club had an opportunity to try and score next, but very unfortunately, they are the receiving end of a try, and the referee has called in for a 1 minute water break because of the difficult situation, difficult weather situation here.
Oh, definitely. We need a breather. That 20 minutes was one of the best 20 minutes I've seen in Dialog Club Rugby League. Back-to-back tries, so much class, very few mistakes, very little penalties. And that last try, Sudarshan, as soon as Jason got the ball, the outside backs who were running in support, Suri just started jogging and pointing where Jason had to done because he knew how quick Jason is.
And also, Bune Kodanga, who was running in support, just gave up. He knew it was going to be a try. And just absolutely terrific stuff. Talking about the points being scored, 19 minutes have elapsed. We've had 22 points being scored. Yesterday, we saw CHNFC taking on Havelock Sports Club. 77 points were scored in that game. 40 points to 37 was the final score. CH with a comeback in the second half couldn't go the distance. But this game here at the Welisara Park, if you've just joined us, you've missed the best 20 minutes of this season so far in mine and Dinuk's opinion. But don't go anywhere because I'm sure you're going to be treated to much more terrific rugby.
Udangamo slips off one tackle straight after the break. Here's Roshan. Off to Surya Bandara, picks up, now Ratwate. Ratwate gives it out right to Dayan. Lovely catch and pass off to Buddhima Piyaratna. And Piyaratna has been bundled into touch once again, quickly taken by Navy. Here's Seru. Seru trying to step. This game has been playing at a rapid pace here at Welisara. Kongahavatta gives it out wide to Deshan, who goes into contact, has done all the hard work for Navy. And a penalty for offside against Soiru Anthony. Navy not also letting, they also want to play at a very high tempo. This is exciting, isn't it?
Exactly, Dinuka, you were spot on because Navy is also not looking to slow things around because in Kandy's forwards, Navy is competing against some very experienced forwards. So they need to make sure that they play the game at pace as well. Well, interesting call. Kongahavatta is going to try the 3 points. From a distance, he's approximately 47 to 48 meters with the angle. And if he can get 3 more, that's going to be a numerical advantage to them. They will go 1 point ahead of Kandy Sports Club. And that's exactly what Navy needs. They need to try and go away with points every time they come to Kandy's half. And even if this one doesn't go through the post, Navy know that they will be holding position, and the only way to beat this Kandy Sports Club team is to make sure that you hold as much position as you can throughout the game.
Yes, exactly, and that's what Navy is trying to do, play rugby inside their opposition half. Kongahavatta strikes this brilliantly, hits the post, and that's a knock forward of Surya Bandar, and another penalty, which means another opportunity to get 3. This time very close to the post, and Navy will not hesitate to take. Just Kongahawatha just bringing the tee from where he kicked to another 20 meters in front.
Well, Bhuwana Kodanga having a little bit of a brain fade that time. He was in front of Surya Bandara and he had no right to catching that ball. And Kongahawatha says, thank you very much for letting me stretch my legs earlier. Now I'll just add on the 3, which is regulation. There you go, Navy taking the lead back from Kandy Sports Club once again. And this game seems like it will have a point being scored every 3 to 4 minutes, you know, Kandy. It's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, perfect. That's the easiest one of the 2 that he tried with in a minute, Isuru Kongahawatha. Tarinder Ratwatte will restart from the 50-meter mark. Puts this high hanging kick, will give plenty of chasing opportunities, and Dilusha Dange does it very well, and a knock forward now. Couple of knock forwards, which means it'll be an opportunity now for Kandy Sports Club to set up a platform here to attack.
Well, Yusran Lantra, who's right next to me, and he's telling me looks like Kongahawatha has a 60-meter boot, and I 100% agree with him, because that kick he attempted 47 meters that hit the post with force, Dinuk. It could have traveled a little far, maybe about 10 meters more, and this is exciting. This is absolutely exciting. Let's see what Kandy's reply will be now that they've come into the Navy half.
Jody Barrett beat Dan Carter's 63-meter penalty in Argentina a couple of weeks back. Now here's Surya Bandara slipping through the defense once again. Has Buddhima Piratna on the outside. Oh, that's class from Kandy Sports Club. Buddhima Piratna will step back inside in goal to score that try. But that'll be an interesting replay to see if we can get that final bit. If Buddhima Piratna actually touched down. Navy players are questioning. Nimesh Ekanayaka also questioning, but referee is pretty confident. But just talk about that move.
Okay, take a look at this one. Tarinder Ratwatte giving it out to Pereira. Surya Bandal running through the defense and committing the man, and Buddhima Piratna running around. Now this is going to be very interesting. Piratna right underneath the post. Oh, absolutely no problem there. But first face ball and ends up in a try. Just terrific stuff. Vasil Marija will be elated. This try looked like something that they scored against CR and FC, where they scored so many first phase ball tries, and Kandy Sports Club replying Navy's penalty with a converted try, and they take the lead back.
Oh, what a game it has been. And that try, Sudarshana, is one of the best. If we can see once again how good that was off a platform. Kongahawatha will restart, and he also gives some hang time, but Jason Disanaika, one of the 2 pods that Kandy have in restart, have managed to take and brought down by Patirana. And now kick by Roshan Veeraratna. As a good take there by Dange. He has been very good under the high ball. Dilusha Dange. Damit off to Jason through Lema. Now the ball comes out wide to Surya Bandara. Off to Danusha Dayan. And referee had call back play. A call coming from the assistant referee.
Others back, others get back. 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 Wait.
Well, seems like Jason Dissanayake is in trouble.
Captain. Right? Dangerous. Right? General warning. Right, get back.
Alright, Jason Dissanayake found guilty of using his elbow. That's going to be a general warning. They're just going to get away with the penalty. Interesting, because need to try and see where the contact point on the opposition player was, Dinuk, because that would have definitely warranted a yellow card if it was above the neck. Here's another look at what exactly happened. Oh well, that could be termed as maybe a reckless challenge, which would have warranted a yellow card because it was a little high. You have the right to ward off a player, but it needs to be from your palm and not your elbow. So Jason Dissanayake can consider himself quite lucky. But here's Chatura Selviratne.
Samu Karevi copped a yellow against Wales in that World Cup. So kickers changed. You think Chatura has another extra 10 meters on him?
We'll wait and see. Senaviratna, nephew of Nala Kavira Kori, who had plenty of meters on him. Chatura did have the distance, but not the direction. Kandy happy to take the 22-meter restart. Toying with Navy that time, passing the ball to the other end of the ground. Ratwatte will be the man who will restart for Kandy.
Hanging kick off to Senaviratna. Now gives the ball off to Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya stepping off a couple of players, and straight on top of that is Lasitha Attanagoda.
Support was a little too late to arrive there, and Lasitha Attanagoda right on top of that ball.
Bigger part, it was Ganuka Dissanayake prop forward.
That's right, Ganuka Dissanayake was. Attanagoda was the man who made the tackle, and Ganuka Dissanayake right on top of the ball, coming through the gate and trying to rip that one off. As Tarinder Ratwatte delivers a terrific kick which brings Kandy into the 22 meters. We need to be very careful from here.
Blue number 18 off. Blue number 18 off. 18 off, 18.
Seems like there's been a change. Navy's hooker Mahesh Madhushankar been taken off with Amit Gurusingha coming into the middle. Experienced campaigner Gurusingha. But Kandy is in a threatening position. Buonikodangomu coming through the middle, didn't have a lot of pace in his run.
Mall hold up there by Navy, and they managed to secure that. Disappointed is Damit Dissanayake. With a push and shoving, Amit Gurusingha just came into the park and wants to have a few words with Buonikodangomu. Mahesh Madhushankar was just taken out, had a good 20 minutes, carried the ball well, and had earned himself a rest after that first 30.
Udangamu not very happy there. Couldn't offload the ball as well, make it available for his team. Like I mentioned, as soon as he collected the ball, he didn't collect it at pace. That would have affected Udangamu not being able to recycle that ball. But Navy now with a chance to get out of jail. Radisha Senaviratne to Falil. Both of them have been teammates at CR and FC at Navy Sports Club. Now at Navy was teammates at Police as well. Senaviratne tucking the ball in for Navy.
Gurusingha now taking the ball into contact. High shot, says referee Shehan Patirana. Looking bemused. 19 points to 13. Kandy just leading in that last try they scored. Here is Chatura Seneviratne's big boot. Into touch it goes. Remember, he was in the Kandy squad couple of seasons ago, Chatura Seneviratne, soon after school.
But I think Chatur made the correct move, traveling down to Navy Sports Club where he gets more game time. And as a youngster, that's what you need, isn't it? Because how do you break into this Kandy's back three? Does he replace Dhanush Dayan, Buddhima Pieradna, or Kavindu Pereira, who just signed in? But Kandy Sports Club having other ideas, managing to steal the line out. Here's Dhananjay.
Play on, says the referee. Crowd didn't like it though. Here's Pereira off to Dilusha Dange. Dange stepping off a couple of players and goes into contact.
Hands up!
That's Radhisha Seneviratne once again going off the feet on that occasion. Here's Roshan off to Tari. Damit off to Lema. There is plenty of space on the outside. Jason Disanayaka, the try scorer, cutting back in, going into contact. Roshan off to Suri.
Defensive game, Dange, a former Trinity winger who's really fit into the Kandy Sports Club mix. A little bit of baji. Seems like the loose head.
Number 30. Number 30. Number 30.
The tight head, rather.
Blue number 30.
Deshan Vimukti
Captain.
didn't take kindly to something that was said.
Second time. First take second take right? Next time I am penalized. Right? Game में gone. Game में enjoy करा. Right?
Brilliant, just brilliant from referee Gunaratne. He was very clear in his instructions. First time was on the other end, second time is here. I just want you to enjoy the game that you play. Make sure that you play the game and enjoy the game was what referee Gunaratne said. He's done a terrific job so far, in making sure that the game flows. Many times when referees don't get it right, we are very quick to pounce on it. But referee Gunaratne has been terrific this game so far. He's let the game flow and he's made sure that he kept his cards in his pocket.
Set.
Plenty is going to be said inside this scrum. Make no mistake and have no doubt.
Ratwate going straight in between the two defenders there. Here's Veeraratne, now space on the outside for Kandy. Dhanusha Dayan spinning this ball out wide to Buddhima Piratna. Piratna trying to cut back in. Roshan is trying to step through the Navy defense. Luckily he had Lema to clean out. Kandy also have two scrum halves in the place of Srinath Surya Bandara. Referee played advantage.
Wait. Stop.
And he stops play eventually.
Blue, get back. Blue, get back. White, get back. White, get back. Blue, get back.
The first 30 minutes was so good, Sudarshana.
High tackle lekai, shoulder catch lekai. Team में कथा करना ऐसे जगह दिन high tackle लेने का क्या shoulder catch. देखा chance करने का ऐसे जगह दिन गेंद गांडो कम.
Referee Gunaratne wants Falil to have a word. It was initially a high tackle. The second one was a shoulder charge. So Kandy obviously taking the second option. That was the shoulder charge there. And, the ball. Interesting because referee Gunaratne has had he's made to educate some of the players as well why the penalty is being given there. It was a late charge on the person who kicked, so the penalty will be awarded where the ball landed. And this is not ideal for Navy Sports Club. A little bit of indiscipline creeping into the team. 4 penalties, one after the other, and this is not ideal. And Kandy Sports Club, knowing that the Navy team is a little unsettled, is playing, trying to take advantage from the mess. Interesting change as Lasita Attanagoda departs after just 36 minutes on the clock. That's going to be interesting for Kandy as the game progresses, because Ganuka Disanayak and Damit are also going to tire come the second half.
Yeah, would have been a planned change as the scrum is moving forward, but it's a penalty against Kandy Sports Club.
Mark here. Mark here. Mark here.
Standing up in that scrum is what Priyanta Gunratna says. But Kandy giving away a position. Navy just have to concentrate on the game. They're just gone into the mental side a bit too much, because this Kandy team has plenty of experience. They will just love as long as you not concentrate on the game. They'll just soak up everything. Look at that. That was on the far side where just Ashan Darling came up. So that was just after that substitution. And Attanagoda will just have a greedy smile there in the bench for sure at Fazil Marija. Yes, Amit Gunasinghe now. Seru off to Kongavatta. Big man Nimesh Ekanayaka running into contact. Seru looking for options. Here's Kongavatta. Big tackle on Amit Gunasinghe by Patirana.
Back, hands up.
Seru off to Ekanayaka.
Release.
And right on top of that ball was Damit. Here's Seru to Falil. Falil going into contact now. Seru looking for options. This is the big man who was warned. Deshan Vimukti going into contact. Seru off to Samit Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya sees spots the gap and tries to run off it. Good tackle by Sohiru Anthony. A clear mismatch. Here's Amit off to Kongavatta. Looks for opportunity on the outside. Trying to run through is Tanuja Malimbada. Amit, Seru, Nimesh, Falil. Lovely cut back in by Moshin Falil, and a good tackle by Damit Disanayaka. That's a knock forward in the end by Ravin. Not a great pass, but referee will come back for an initial infringement.
Number 3.
This will test Navy's mental skills. They've been going for 3 points from this area since the start of the game.
Last minute.
And they're going for post straight away. Kongavatta says 3 points. He's confident.
Great stuff by Rajesh Saniviratna, experienced campaign. He checked how much time was remaining, and Referee Gunaratna said it was the final minute of the half. And straight away, them opting to go for points, and I think that's the correct move. 16 points to 19 reads much better than 13 points to 19. And Kongavatta, I think, needs to make sure that he does not hit the post this time, because he didn't have a problem with the direction or the distance.
He had done everything this game, isn't it? Hit a drop kick to the crossbar, hit a 50-meter penalty to one of the uprights. So this kick has to go in between the posts. Concentration time for Kongavatta, just about 42 meters. Gets the stride in, gets the elevation. Does he have the direction? Yes, he has this time. Isuru Kongavatta takes Navy to 16 points to 19 at half time. And what a cracking half of rugby it has been.
Oh, it's been terrific. It's been absolutely terrific for everybody who's watched this game. Both these teams pouring everything that they have, and they've absolutely been a class apart from what we've seen so far this Dialog Rugby League. Navy Sports Club maybe weren't the best when it comes to set plays and also the patterns. Kandy were a little superior to them, but Navy is playing with some attitude and heart. That can take you a long way when it comes to this game of rugby.
Yeah, exactly, and that showed character when they ran from their in goal to score that one of the best tries in the season. Of course, Srinath Surya Bandara came and showed Novia one better, and this is how it all started. A deep kick off by Tarinder Ratwatta, and this was the drop kick that hit the crossbar first, and then a 3-pointer to start off by Navy. And a try by Kongavatta as well. Couple of beautiful steps to score that try for Navy Sports Club. At this time, Navy were on a roll against Kandy. Then Kandy came back as Roshan Veeraratna gave it out to Srinath Surya Bandara. And Surya Bandara just ran through under the post for that first try. Tarinder Ratwatta made no mistake with the conversion. Kandy came back once again. Look at this try. Tarindu Chaturanga just outpacing the entire Navy defense. Srinath Surya Bandara on the outside, but didn't need him as Jason Disanayaka just strolled away. And good work there by Chatura, just keeping him within that corner flag, which made Charinda to miss the conversion. And this was a fantastic set piece move by Kandy, and the finish by Buddhima Piyaratna, who stepped off Seru in goal area. And the try was good. Conversion was better from Tari. And then Kongavatta kicked this in between the post, it went, and that's how the first half finished. Exciting rugby in the first half by both these teams of what we expected. They're keeping us as we expected, and they will in the next 40 in the Dialog Club Rugby League. Just stay tuned to ThePapare.com. There's a lot more exciting action. Just don't leave your couch. We'll be back after a short commercial break.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
සර් සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ.
Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
Ceylon personal loan කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
රුපියල් 5කින් මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන්?
5කින්
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
සර් සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
සිලාන් පර්සනල් ලෝන් කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
There is nothing quite like the Six Nations, where emotion flows, pride bursts, and talent soars.
Wow, absolute wow.
Get caught up in the tournament that stops the nations.
You cannot take your eyes off this game for a moment. It's a fairy tale finish.
Watch Six Nations on Rugby Pass TV.
A tradition that dates back over a century. Chaos that captures your heart and soul. An extravaganza you cannot miss. A new decade of familiar madness. March Madness 2020. Exclusive coverage on ThePapare.com.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
සර් සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
සිලාන් පර්සනල් ලෝන් කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
The Six Nations, where emotion flows, pride bursts, and talent soars.
Wow, absolute wow.
Watch Six Nations on Rugby Pass TV.
Welcome back. A much wanted breather for everybody in these grounds. That halftime was, because so good that first half was by both these teams. Kandy Sports Club and Navy Sports Club living up to the expectation. This time stayed into Roshan Veeraratna, looking for options as Bhuwana Kudangamo, who has not had a good first half, just trying to hit it up. Here's Tarindu Chaturanga now. Off to Surya Bandara. Ratwatte. Now Danusha Dayan going into contact. Surya Bandara off to Ganuka Disanayaka. Lovely ball to Ashan Darling. Roshan Veeraratne off to Soiru Anthony now. Going into contact, Anthony. Here's Roshan. Tari off to Lavanga. Lavanga cutting back in. And good clean out coming there by Tarindu Chaturanga. Damit Disanayaka. Lovely ball off to Soiru Anthony, who goes into contact. Kandy now trying to build faces, which is dangerous for Navy as Danusha Dayan goes into contact. Good defense so far by Navy Sports Club. Here's Shehan Patirana, who takes the ball into contact. Roshan now gives it back to Tarinder Ratwat, who sits in the pocket and then tries to attack from there on. Brings play to the 40-meter mark. Tarinder Ratwat. Roshan off to Tarindu Chaturanga. Chaturanga cuts back in, pushes off couple of players. Tarindu Chaturanga brought down eventually by Supun Dilshan. Buanaka Udangabo now looking for options and has been hauled up, but eventually comes down to ground. Damit Disanayaka is taking the ball into contact. Referee playing advantage now. The ball pops off the ruck. It's been kicked back. Will be a penalty.
Number 24, come here. Number 24. You can't show, right? Last warning. Penalty.
Referee Gunaratne that time having a word with the Fijian, saying that I'll do my job, mate. You can't show the decisions that I need to make. Kandy with an opportunity to try and put 3 points on the board at the start of this second half. This is something we spoke of in the earlier half as well. Navy need to make sure that they're disciplined in their effort. They're playing with a lot of heart and a lot of character, but they need to make sure that keep tabs on the intensity. They shouldn't be carried away. Kandy, on the other hand, now will look to try and score as fast as they can, make some distance from Navy, and then try to run away with it. Ratwate's kick is good and he's through the middle. Adds in 3 and increases the lead to 6 points. Kandy 22 points to Navy 16.
So Tarinder Ratwat also shows that he has a board of just more than 45 meters. Isuru Kongahawata will restart as Kandy moving to 22 points to 16. Puts a lovely hanging kick, Kongahawata. Nicely taken by Shehan Patirana, who was just driven back by the Navy forwards. Now the ball comes out once again. Srinath Surya Bandara. Good line there by Tarindu Chaturanga. Roshan off to Dayan, trying to work the short side of Buena Kudangamo. Buena Kudangamo steps off one, but referee Shaheen has something that he has spotted on the far side.
High tackle, penalty.
Penalty only. We'll have to wait and see. Let's check and see if Danusha Dayan, that's Buanaka. Oh, nothing much in it.
Little soft penalty there, and Kandy not managing to find touch on that occasion, and the ball being ushered to oh well. Oh well. Yes, they were just checking whether the ball did hit the hand of a Navy player, because if it did, that would have been a 5-meter line out for Kandy. That would have been very unfortunate for Navy. But Navy luckily managing to come back all the way where the penalty was awarded. Now this is going to be an interesting scrum for Navy. They need to make sure that they secure this scrum. They go into a proper steady scrum, and then Navy backs will treasure their chance. Here's a replay. Ratwate not finding touch initially. Did it touch the hand? We'll have to wait and see.
Hurry up, hurry up. Forward. Hurry up.
Scrum, great opportunity on the 22 for Navy Sports Club.
Bind. Set.
Yes, Radisha Seneviratne brings the ball in front and gives out wide to Kongawata. Lovely offload there by but this is a great pickup by Danusha Dayan. Does he have the pace to go all the way? The chase is on, but Dayan will be unstoppable, and he'll score another try for Kandy Sports Club. 50-50 pass there by Chatura Seneviratne.
Another try against the run-up play, and Navy here is digging their own grave. Very, very unfortunate there, but this is what Kandy does. They're absolutely terrific poachers. Danush Dayan straight away knew that it's going to be his name on the scoreboard this time around. Didn't look for support, went all the way. Sri Lanka National 7 skipper touching down for Kandy Sports Club.
Another change coming up for Kandy. Ganuka Disanayaka has been taken out, and Charles Praveen has been brought in. That 50-50 ball there by Chatura Seneviratne, had that gone into Samit Dhananjay's hand, would have been a different story. But Dhananjay just slipped through that hand and then just fell into the fruit basket of Danusha Dayan, who said thank you very much, and just had a sprint in front of him for another 70 meters. As Tarind Ratwate will have it nice in front outside the 22. Gets the contact right, a lovely technique, head down, a lovely swing of his right feet, and gains another 2, Tarinder Ratwate. 12 points, 29 points to 16 now. .13 cushion for Kandy Sports Club. Navy just losing this game in that first 8 minutes after the turnaround, and Kandy are so good in that phase where they just put the game to rest and then play the game in the next 40. That's dangerous play.
I think it's time now. Referee Gunaratne reaches into his pocket, and that was a real dangerous, reckless challenge on Tarindu Chaturanga, who was up in the air. And Navy, chances are Navy will be reduced to 14 men from here on.
Penalty only.
Interestingly, it's a penalty only, but
Man in air. Foul play.
Man in air, foul play. Money will be on a card coming out that time. Let's try to take a look at a replay after the touch, because that was clear, reckless and dangerous play. Ratwate this time not finding the distance he was looking for. Take a look at this. Chaturanga goes on now. That is a yellow card any day of the week in my book.
Even not, if not more. As Damit Disanayake going short to Charles Praveen. As now Kandy looking for the switch. A lovely switch there by Udangamua, who has had a very bad day on the field so far, knocks it forward. A lovely ball in between the legs there by Kongavatta. As Navy have made another change as Sachin Kabesekar has come on the right wing. And going into contact is a reserve prop, Charit Silva. Kongavatta, now a drop ball.
Penalty here.
Errors creeping up Sudarshana in the second half.
Stefan Gregory has come in place of Nimesh Ekanayaka, who I thought had a very decent first 40. He was one of those players who was distributing in the line as well. Now Navy has a real good opportunity to try and set up from here.
Interesting change. Lema has been taken out. That's Shehan Patirana, and Mohammad Shabir has come in. As Navy now. This time going into contact is Charit Silva, the replacement prop. Here's Kongavatta looking for opportunities. Cutting back in is Mushin Falil. Holding up the Kandy defense, eventually comes out, drops the ball backwards.
Hands up!
Seru wants this ball out quickly. Silva.
Hands up! Hands up!
Here's Seneviratna trying to do a chip and chase and milks a penalty. Milks a penalty and could be a yellow here. And that's Ashan Darling eventually cops a yellow card. And now Navy have the opportunity. They'll call for a scrum.
There was a lot of excitement. Players anxious to take that quick tap. Radhisha Seneviratna going in there and telling them calm down, who is clearly the pack leader of this Navy outfit. Calm down, we will set it up. We will use a scrum because remember, one of their front rowers have been yellow carded, and that's the correct thing to do, Dinuk. Absolutely brilliant stuff, because now Kandy will be compelled to send one of their players off, maybe a third row player off, and bring in a replacement, bringing a player who's registered as a front row player. So they are going to be minus a third rower, and that was the correct call by Radhisha Seneviratna.
Yaqub Ali comes in. Exactly, Sudarshana. That will give an opportunity.
Number 20. 20 out.
Yaqub Ali comes in, which means Shabir has to sit out. He just walked into the park, Mohammad Shabir.
Crouch! Set!
Is now Navy just making use of this scrum, and Radhisha Seneviratna, who made that call for that scrum, scores the try for Navy Sports Club. Good decision making, knowing exactly what the opposition was doing. That's the man of experience.
Well, interestingly, it's not a try.
No try, double movement, penalty here.
Seems like Radhisha has had a double movement there. But they will still get the penalty because the referee was playing advantage. Here's Kongavatta taking it quickly. Onto the short side, Seru. Anticlimax for Navy Sports Club, but they will try to make the most of this one. Amit Guru Singh taking the ball forward. Referee playing advantage again in favor of Navy for Kandy not being 10 meters. Navy need to make sure that they score. They absolutely have to score from here.
Wait. Not 10 meter, get back. 10 meters.
So 5 meter penalty. Close to the post. What will Navy decide to do? Chatura Seneviratne is with the ball. He's a person who is very capable of running through. But Navy yet again opting to go for a scrum.
Another opportunity. Kandy will be worried about that scrum earlier on. A one-man shot binding in that scrum, so...
Crouch! Bye!
That extra support will be a problem. Here's Navy once again, still pushing again. Has Radisha got control this time? He's still taking the ball. This time he has. Just has a look at the entire forward pack of Kandy. Radisha Seneviratne was denied of a try a couple of minutes ago, and he gets one this time.
This is good from Navy. This is very good from Navy. They had to come back with a score, and they do exactly that. The score really makes this game intriguing, because Kandy is going to play sans one of their prop forwards, so their pack has been reduced to 7 players. Take a look at this. No panic, and Radisha Seneviratne managing to touchdown. He was denied the first time. Second time around, he managed to touch down right underneath the post, and Kongahawat adding the extras. Incidentally, Radisha Seneviratne's 5 points are the only 5 points any other player than Kongahawat has scored from in this game. That's terrific given the fact that Navy has now scored 23 points. Only 5 points coming from another player than Kongahawat, and it's a testament to what we've been speaking about Kongahawat before the game.
Yes, absolutely. It's a class act, Isuru Kongahawat. It's a style, it's neat. When you see those left foot kickers, they're so elegant. And so much so we have used to watching Dan Carter. And that's a lovely chase on the outside by Dilusha Dange, and a superb tackle technique to bring the Navy forward down. As Seru now inside the 22 will look for options. He gives back to Isuru Kongahawat. Has so much time and a powerful boot to bring back play to the 40-meter mark, just close to that for Navy Sports Club. Opportunity for Kandy now.
You spoke about how elegant it looks when it's a left foot kicker. It's quite similar to a left-hander getting on one knee and driving the ball in cricket, isn't it? It's a beautiful sight. I really hope all the right foot kickers wouldn't take any offense. But this game has been delivering so many thrills for us. It's been one of those games where both teams, despite being far off in the table, on the day they've delivered what's expected of them. Kandy opting to go with a short man line out.
Surya Bandara, lovely wrap around there by Buena Kudangamo, gives it to Ratwat. Now Dayan trying to put the foot on the metal and takes the ball to the 20-meter mark. Roshan comes back in off to Surya Bandara. Again, Kandy working off their ball catches. Damit Disanayaka this time referee playing advantage as Roshan pushes off Amit Guru Singh and kicks it behind because he knows that the advantage is coming and hopes that Dange will get closer to the ball. But he doesn't, so it'll come back for a penalty just on the 30-meter mark as Damit Disanayaka consults with Tarinda Ratwatta for 3 points and straight away just informs the referee Gunaratna to extend this lead from a converted try, which is a good move by the Kandy skipper.
Navy Sports Club, I think, has gotten the calculation wrong because they were taking time to send the ball out to Tharindra Ratwatte. They need to try and play as much rugby as they can while Kandy is reduced to 14 men. Tharindra Ratwatte, they managed to score a try, but now Tharindra can increase the lead to 9 points. This time around, Tharindra doesn't get the direction right, but Kandy will be looking to receive possession. But cheeky little restart by Chatura Seneviratne, who did absolutely well, catching the Kandy defense snapping there.
Yes, Amit Guru Singh now going into contact. As Navy now through Silva.
Back, no hand. Side.
Tharindu Chaturanga trying to disrupt that. Stefan Gregory has been pushed back by Charles Praveen. Seru off to Kongavatta. Puts the ball to boot. And it's out on the full. Isuru Kongavatta. So much praise. We have cursed him. And that goes out on the full.
I'm sure you can discount that one, isn't it? First mistake of Kongavatta. Some of the travelling supporters clearly not happy at something. Up in arms against the referee. Schools Rugby League is back. It's going to kick off end of this month. Exclusive coverage on ThePapare.com. The very interesting Schools Rugby League where very good friends become enemies for a day because they support their alma maters with passion. Plenty of rivalry, and this time it's coinciding with the March Madness as well. That's going to be very interesting. Incidentally, Trinity College is going to play the Antonians on the day of their big match itself. So that's going to be an interesting match up in Kandy. Many matchups set to happen as Kandy jumble with the line out, but finally manages to hold on to possession.
Referee playing advantage for Kandy. There was a knock on as well by
27.
Adisha.
Number 27.
Tharindra Ratwatte. Gets contact right this time after that initial mistake. He's not going for distance anymore. Opportunity now for Kandy again, where they lost the previous line out from the exact same position. Another change coming up for Navy Sports Club. In the meantime, Kandy back to full strength. So which means in that period it has been a 7-all. As Navy this time once again tap back in the line out. It's a Kandy line out that they have lost.
Roll away.
Mohammad Shabir quick to get there. He's been revving to go. He was just substituted but had to sit 10 minutes due to Kandy losing a front rower. One of those players from that Antonian side who's graduated into club rugby, and Shabir has been a top player for Kandy Sports Club. He's really stepped on to that mark, being one of those locks. He's put on a little bit of muscle as well from his school days, and he's been a real force.
Yeah, he has been. St. Anthony's have been producing good players for a long time. Shashika Jayawardena, Pradeep Liyanage, Tharindu Chaturanga, Nuwan Chamara, the brothers, Yakub Ali, Dinuk Kamarasinghe. So they have been very good in producing a lot of players, Kandy Sports Club, for the Sri Lankan rugby circuit. Here's Ratwatte now. A lovely pop off to Dhanush Dayan. As referee playing advantage once again. Roshan looking for options with the advantage coming up. He's putting the kick behind. The chase is on Veeratunga this time. Juggling with the ball. It spills out into in goal, but the referee will come back for the initial infringement. Bit of basketball going there in between Roshan Veeraratne and Chatura Seneviratne. Look at that. The ball winning the race in the end. Ratwatte wants to try out this time. Just a little in front of the post. Crowd enjoying themselves. A lot of travel from Kandy as well.
Plenty of support for Kandy Sports Club. Ratwatte this time has absolutely no problem. Adds 3 more points and increases the lead to 9 points. Now Navy has to score twice in order to make sure that they catch up onto this lead. Little bit of a regulation kick that time for Ratwatte.
Big error by Kongavatta, not 10.
Really seems like we've actually cursed Kongavatta, Dinuk, after praising him so much. He was terrific in the first 40, but same cannot be said about the second 40 of the man. Entering the last 15 minutes of this game, and Kandy Sports Club have opened up a steady lead of 9 points, but this game is far from over. If Navy can try and get a score to their name. Roshan Veeraratne to feed in, but a little bit of argy-bargy going in the front rows between the two sets of forwards. Charles Praveen is another signing that Kandy managed to secure before the start of the season, and also another Antonian who's wearing the Kandy Sports Club jersey, and Praveen has served Kandy so far so well.
Yeah, he has been. Looking for options going to the other side now. Roshan, a lovely ball to Ratwatte. Off to Dange. Dange steps off. One steps off. Another Dilusha. Dange takes about good 20 meters. Good clean out. Yes, Jason Disanaika. Kandy trying to play at pace now on the occasion. Yellow card for Jason Disanaika this time. Second time.
100% with the referee this time. I for myself wanted that yellow to definitely come. And it could have been another colored card as well, because it's the second time he's going in with the elbow and the contact is above the shoulder, and that warrants a different colored card. But Navy will be quite happy that it's a yellow as well. Kandy yet again reduced to 14 men. The next 10 minutes is going to be very crucial for Navy Sports Club. If they can score as soon as possible. Now take a look at this. A very bad habit Jason has picked up, and that contact point was above the shoulder, right on the head, and that warrants, in my opinion, a red.
Big call. Lucky you were not there in the middle, Sudarshan. You got a yellow. Second time is what he says. Here's Richie Damapala, the regular keeper, has come in, and Seru has switched to fly half after a couple of mistakes by Kongavatta. Now Chatura Seneviratne. Big contact coming in by Charles Praveen. Guru Singh now. Off to Deshan goes into contact for Navy Sports Club.
Seems like foul play has been spotted by the assistant referee. Now seems like Kandy is losing a little bit of their discipline.
Without arms charge, penalty here.
No arms charge, penalty in favor of Kandy Sports Club. Beg your pardon, in favor of Navy Sports Club. Here's what has happened. Charles Praveen, no arms. He didn't wrap the man up. Dinuk says it's because of the fact that Charles has a big stomach. I'm sure he's not going to agree with that. Prop forwards, the front rowers rather, you can't. It's not their belly. It's their stature that's needed to be a front forward.
I know why you're trying to defend Sudarshan. Very similar to Sudarshan Pires, Charles Praveen. Line out is good, but misses in the air. Now Mohammad Shabir comes into contact. Wants to hold him up, trying to get his knee, Shabir, but eventually does. The ball pops off the ruck. Surya Bandara, he has magic, this guy, Surya Bandara. And that's one of those. Surinath Surya Bandara putting the chip behind. Chase is on. Chatura Senviratna comes back. Everybody leaving the ball behind. Now Tarinda Ratwata puts the foot onto the ball. He goes right behind, chasing Chatura Senviratna. Has he managed to win a penalty? Yes, he has. That's Danusha Dayan who won that penalty for Kandy Sports Club. Trying to take this quickly. Quickly taken by Mohammad Shabir. Ratwata draw and pass. And Danusha Dayan, in fact Dilusha Dange, who dives in the corner. Oh, what a try. We said Surinath Surya Bandara can spark magic, and he did.
Oh, just terrific stuff. Good on Mohammad Shabir as he decided to take the quick tap. And unlike many forwards would want to do, he didn't go into contact. Here's what happened. Initially, Surya Bandara, how did he get away from there? It's the magic of Surya Bandara. Puts in a cheeky kick. Chases it. Chatura Senviratna left the ball behind, and Tarinda Ratwate, a little bit of footballing scheme coming in handy. Chatura Senviratna did initially very well, but it was the man who was coming from the side and crashing in on that rock. Presented Kandy with the chance. Shabir, absolutely brilliant thinking. Quick tap taken. Offloads to Ratwate, and a fancy finish by Dilushka Dange. This could really well be the final nail in the Navy coffin. Smooth sailing for Kandy from here on, Dinuk, because they've really distanced themselves from the sailors. What about that for a conversion from Tarinda Ratwate? And this man is really steering away from everybody, being the highest point scorer in this league. And mind you, he's not taking many penalties because he's playing for Kandy. Kandy is looking to go score the tries. Otherwise, this tally for Ratwate could have been a much more.
Yeah, Kavin just confirming that that try was scored with 14 men on the park and a Lucy. And that of Jason Disanayaka, who would have definitely had a hand in that kind of a try. Knocked forward this time by Kandy Sports Club.
Hurry up.
39 points to 23. Amit Guru Singh tells the referee that Kandy Sports Club is wasting time. They may very well be trying to stretch the time as much as they can, because they'll reduce to 14 men. But there's a big lead Navy needs to try and catch up. Richie Dharmapala has come on to the field, with Konga Hawatta being taken out, and Seru moving into the fly-half position. for Navy Sports Club. I do really feel for the Navy forwards. They've done real hard work. We did call earlier before the commencement of the game. It's going to be a competition between the Navy forwards and the Kandy backs. Currently, Kandy backs are really running away with it, but Navy forwards, nothing has been able to douse their spirit.
Number three, you are going down. You are going down. Number three. Number three.
Navy number 3 being penalized for going down. And here Kandy will have a mini conference. Damit goes to the ground, needing a little tending to his knee. He had a problem with his knee. I really do hope that it's nothing serious, as Surya Bandara cannot find touch, and Chatura Seneviratne comes crashing through. Met with a big tackle from the Kandy defense.
Yes, Richie off to Nimesh Ekanaka, who looks for opportunity and gives it out wide. Guru Singha now tapping back and goes into contact.
Roll
Ball
away,
pops
roll away.
off again.
Back.
Trying to step off the Kandy defense.
Release. Back.
Richie off to Seru. Long pass out wide to Falil. Falil gives it out wide to Pereira. Good tackle on him.
Release.
That Sachin Kabesekar who ran on the outside. Richie off to Samit Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya bounces off couple of players and gives it out wide to Guru Singha. Goes into contact Amit Guru Singha. Seru, lovely pass. And again taking the ball forward is Stefan Gregory. Here's Richie once again. Referee playing advantage. And the ball has been kicked behind. Here's a great opportunity for Navy Sports Club now. And that will be a penalty. Another penalty coming up. Kandy just losing in the last quarters. Here's Nimesh Ekanaka. Can he score? Yes, he has.
There's still some life left in this game. Navy scoring in the dying minutes of this game. 28 points with the conversion to come.
Number 20. Number 28, white. Number 28.
Well, Dilus Kadange has been given a yellow card. Referee did not say what it was for, but Kandy now down to 13 men. And can Navy put up a real comeback and the upset of the season? We will have to wait and see as the kick goes wide at the post. Navy now 38 points to 39. 11 points adrift, Kandy Sports Club. I think what has been the shortcoming of Navy in the second half is they've lost their shape in the second half. They were playing to a brilliant pattern in the first half, but lost a little bit of their shape come second. And Kandy making use of all the opportunity that has come their way.
Yeah, exactly. We're trying to be a bit too aggressive in the second half, and a lovely hanging kick off to Richie Dhamapala inside their own half. A kick and chase by Navy, and now Roshan, who's trying to chase this game behind inside the 22. Ashan Darling takes the ball into contact. Here is Buenaka Udangamo now.
Hats up!
Kandy trying to build some faces. Pick and drive again by Ashan Darling. Radhisha Seneviratne is inside that.
Release.
Disanayak has been is back after spending his time in the naughty chair. Here's Charles Praveen. Ball left behind. Chaturanga now trying to pick and drive. Kandy trying to finish this game. Just trying to do pick and drives and end this game here. Penalty this time against Kandy Sports Club.
Wait. How much time? Number one.
There's still life in this game, Dinuk, because I was just reminded by Yuzran against Army. Navy were trailing. They managed to score in the 78th minute and the 80th minute to win the game. Can they replicate the effort? We'll have to wait and see as Kandy try to counter. That looked like a very dangerous tackle has been picked up by the assistant referee. Now referee Gunaratna playing advantage.
Wait. Number?
Seru there going a
24,
bit high
blue.
on
Number 24 blue. Number 24
Lavanga
blue.
Pereira.
High tackle. Yeah. Here.
High tackle on the Kandy player. Seru was the culprit. Now Kandy quite happy to take the 3 points. Absolutely no problem for them, but Navy now are really looking down the barrel of another defeat at home.
Tharinda Ratwata just checked the clock with the referee and said enough. Just 1 minute on the clock. He's been playing 80 minutes throughout this season. Must be a tired man. Just wants to run the clock down and end the game here. Sudarshana, need to discuss about the player of the match. What's your thoughts?
10
I
seconds
think
more, 10 seconds.
there have been some standout players from both the teams. One being Isrukonga Havatta, like we mentioned, delivered 16 points for Navy Sports Club in the first half for all 16 that they scored. Also Seru for Navy Sports Club have been absolutely amazing as well. On the other hand, for Kandy Sports Club, as referee Gunaratna blows the long whistle and Kandy take another bonus point victory from Kandy Sports Club. I think for me, there were two players who stood out for their work rate and also for their contributions. I'm torn between the two. Tharindu Chaturanga being one who created a brilliant try in the first half, and the other one being Dilushka Dange. Dilushka Dange maybe took off the offing, especially because of the final yellow. But Surya Bandara, Srinath Surya Bandara has been brilliant as well. But I'm going to lean towards Tharindu Chaturanga for his amazing work rate and also being the man doing all the dirty work. Most of the time goes unnoticed, but I think Tharindu Chaturanga was just brilliant.
There you go, the full-time confirmation, 39 points to 28. Kandy Sports Club winning that game. And Dialog View player of the match, Tharindu Chaturanga, for his work all around the park. And this is how the second half started, with a penalty by Tharinda Ratwate, and then Danush Dayan. Danush Dayan just ran through that last 30 to 40 meters. And Tharinda Ratwata making the conversion as well. And Navy came up with this try when Kandy were down to 14. Kongavata, who had a brilliant game. And Ratwate continued taking points. And Surya Bandara, this was one of his another classy magic. Surya Bandara, again a contender for the Dialog View player of the match. And Dilusha Dange chasing that back, and Danusha Dayan was on time to get the turnover. And quick tap taken by Mohammad Shabir. And gave it out wide to Tharinda Ratwata, who driven past to Dilusha Dange to score that try. And a fantastic conversion by Tarinda Ratwat. Nimesh Ekanayaka scored the last try for Navy Sports Club. And that's how that finished in the end. 39 points to 28. Kandy still unbeaten in the season so far, taking this game. 5 tries to 3, 4 converted, 2 penalties to 3. No drop goals today, though Kongavatta tried one. And Tarinju Taturanga gets the Dialog View player of the match for being having an all-round game. Upcoming fixtures, Army will take on CRNFC. That's tomorrow here at the same venue. And that's how what we will see in the Dialog Club Rugby League 2019-2020 in this week's game. And then next week we have Havelocks taking on Navy at Havelock Park. That's going to be a cracker. Police against Army, CH against Air Force, and Kandy against Sia up in Nittawala on Sunday the 23rd. That's going to be one of the cracking games of the week. Of course, we have two, Havelocks Navy and Sia Kandy. And that's all we have from the Navy Sports Club grounds here in Welisara. Kandy remain unbeaten. Navy tried their best to disrupt Kandy but couldn't, came short again. And we finish our coverage for today, but we have tomorrow here again coming to you live between Army and CRNFC. That'll be played tomorrow. From myself, Dinuk Bhaskar and Sudarshana Piris and the ThePapare crew, good night.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
සර් සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
Ceylon personal loan? කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.